Hey everybody. It is 2:36 p.m. on the East Coast. It is a Wednesday, July 2nd. Can you believe this? MinMax Show podcast is happening later today. Yeah. We got a stacked up day. As you can see, the Bandai Namco Summer Showcase kicking off today. I don't believe they have ever done this before, and if they have, I have ignored it. The reason we're watching this is I presumed that this would be the only video game news worth talking about this week. And, just reading the headlines briefly across, Reset Era or Reddit, what have you, IGN, it seems like, yeah, this is the good stuff. If you're not in the loop, chat. If you're not in the loop, Jason Schreier warned us last week. He said some Xbox layoffs are looming, right? And you're like, okay, like why would you even report that? Like, how bad could they be? And then today we learned they're pretty bad. They're pretty thorough and brutal. Some games were canceled. Some studios were halved or shut down. So it's pretty wild. He said it would be today. He said, July 2nd. Yeah. So, I think the big ones are Perfect Dark is outright canceled. The studio who made that, the initiative, shut down. Everwild canceled. I think those are the two big cancellations. There was the team who makes Elder Scrolls Online, ZeniMax Online, they had a game that was unannounced get canceled. They were working on some MMO. Then, yeah, let me know if there's any others I'm missing. But that's basically why we started a half hour early. Well, I mean, 22 now. For a Bandai Namco show is there's so much to catch up on in regards to what's going on with the Xbox stuff. The studio head of ZeniMax Online left. Yeah. It's nuts. It's nuts stuff. Snug Mode, thanks for being a 61 month. They're halfway through the year already. Chat, let's make the most of it. What a sweet sentiment. Yeah, let's make the most of this. Duroc, thanks for being a 42 monther. And King Vortigast, thanks for being a 4 monther. Everybody says Wednesday, but nobody says how's day. That's an Ulf himself type joke, and honestly, really good. I wonder if Ulf liked that one. Banjo and Sea of Thieves the director of Banjo and Sea of Thieves just left too. Damn. This must be, chat. Here's the thing is this is all rolling out as we go. As we speak. This has been happening all day long. Leaves Rare after 35 years following Everwild cancellation. Yeah. I bet he's not too stoked about that. Look at that nasty mini golf Banjo. He's so cool. Damn. Osaka Dio, thanks for being a 28 monther. This one has to be the best Digimon trailer of the year, yeah? Yeah. To be honest with you, I'm going to guess Digimon is in here, but it's going to be more of a showcase of one individual feature. I don't think this will be that event story mode trailer, Terumi Chiron, thanks for being a 61 monther. Kyle, just saw the Shuhei Yoshida interview. Really cute and fun. Did he actually comment and give feedback in any of your videos? No. No, that was a promise unkept. Tizzle, thanks for being a 32 monther. Dumb Wolf, thanks for being a 6 monther. Can I get an oh no for Fable being super dead for real? No. I think Fable's okay. Refresh this? Sure thing. Does LeBron get traded this summer? No, I think he just re-upped his contract. I think he's in. Yeah, it's acting weird, chat. There we go. Let's turn off. You okay, dude? What's going on? You want another refresh here? What's happening, bro? Imagine if Microsoft didn't lose Lionhead and they could have 5 Fable sequels by now. I mean, it's hard to imagine these alternate realities, chat. they hired a lot of really great people to make Perfect Dark, and it's like what we keep talking about is sometimes just things don't come together, you know? Sorry, my browser's being super dorky right now. Let me just shut it down. What's going on, bro? Okay. All right. Firefox wanted to update. Just do it then. Just do it then. I don't know if this happens with you when you upload Firefox. It opens, closes. Opens, closes. And it's like, okay, I'm here now and updated. Like, fine, dude. Shit. All right. Don't open the first time. Okay, there we go. No, I don't. Yeah. Whoa, that was really it. Firefox just wanted to update. Stupid Firefox. Okay, we're good. We're good. 1440p they're streaming this in. It's not live. That makes sense. It happens to you too? Okay, good to know. Scalebound still coming? Oh, I got some bad news. That is canceled. Perfect Dark, yeah. Outside of the bits we're talking about, today the game Perfect Dark was indeed canceled. The scaled back nature of the last month's Xbox showcase makes a bit more sense now. But honestly kind of crazy too, in that like there was a lot of other stuff they didn't show in that press conference, but you know, Phil promised all 4 of them are still coming in regards to Fable and Gears of War and suggestively Halo. But yeah, weird stuff, dude. So that's why they ended with Call of Duty. Yeah, Call of Duty's a lock. Kirk thanks for being a 61-monther. Quadruple A died today. Well, no, I mean, no. If we want to get into analysis on all that, I think, you know, this is like quadruple A or nothing. I didn't hear anybody at Microsoft say we need to make more indies. Here's the thing. I'm going to try as hard as possible not to get into it in delayed input, but the messaging from Matt Booty, from Phil Spencer, the memos that went out are so funny because basically the message is, we needed all of you. We wouldn't have gotten where we are without those of you who we are letting go today. I imagine it like it's kind of like a rocket ship jettisoning what is not necessary anymore, but also it's picking up things in front of it. You know what I mean? So they're letting people onto the boat that is now a speedboat. It's moving really fast, and they're like, okay, the boat's too heavy. Thank you for getting us this far, but we don't need you. That is basically the message they're sending. Like, we couldn't have gotten here without you, but also there's no room for you on our boat. You've made us successful, now eat shit. Yeah. If Nintendo offered to buy the Banjo franchise, would Microsoft take it? Ooh, what a fun question. Yeah, they would. I wonder what the price would be. Here's the thing. I think Microsoft would overrate Banjo, so they would say like, okay, $10 billion. Like, no. But yeah, I feel like they would have the conversation. Nintendo doesn't need Banjo, but they could use them. Think about Banjo walking around Universal Studios. You know what I mean? Banjo, I feel like is, despite only having 2 good video games, a valuable IP. Here's the thing, though. No one actually cares about Banjo. Not true. I feel like, I wish we had the data. I wish I had some data. But, like, think about, like, which character do you think was downloaded the most into Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? You know what I mean? Like, which DLC character do you think got the most downloads? I think Sora was too late. Steve? Okay, Steve's a good pick. Joker in your dreams. No, that's not even true. It's probably Steve. But I feel like Banjo is up there. Banjo's got to be higher than, you know, Byleth. Cope harder. Chat's got a good point, and why I said I feel like Sora was too late. Joker was really early, so you make a good case where like Joker probably could have been one of the first ones. I get what you're saying, or one of the most downloaded. There's obviously going to be a fallout. It's Piranha Plant. It's probably Piranha Plant. Fingers crossed for a Banjo MMORPG. Oh, no. Here's the thing. We got a lot of bad news for you today. I don't think that's happening, bro. It would be cool, though. Imagine, like a modern, actual, chilled out MMO environment. So like a Club Penguin for adults where you can't swear, but also kids can't come. Like the Disney Toontown MMO, you know what I mean? Like revitalizing that kind of vibe, but also no kids, please. Please, no children here. It's just us adults hanging out in our cartoon world. Endless Urbia, thanks for being an 8-monther. That'd be so cool. So imagine a Banjo-Kazooie MMO. I actually think it'd be awesome. A millennial MMO, yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool as hell. Neil Druckmann also announced he's jumping ship from The Last of Us live action. All right, I don't love the way you phrased that, but I did see his announcement as well. To me, that Neil Druckmann's announcement is I'm about to double, nay, triple down on Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet. Yeah, I think that's good news. Because honestly, that show... I mean, I'll be there for season 3, but if I had to choose between the two, where going to spend my time, I'd make the same call. Were you made aware of the all-time stats for Fantasy League? Looking at the Easy Allies League, and unsurprisingly, Dawn dominated the lowest scoring games. Wait, you mean amongst the entire website? No, you mean just the, oh my God, this is embarrassing. It's embarrassing for me to not have a single one of those crowns. It's embarrassing for Don, obviously, for having the lowest average critic score. But not by a lot, bro. Not by a lot. It's just his average fantasy points are so low. So I'm guessing he just picks up a lot of eggs. And then, obviously, Trailer Jones, just a mess. Yeah, we released the midpoint video. They released it. I shouldn't say we. I was there. But we got that video up where Easy Allies are analyzing our fantasy league at the halfway point. Really fun. And Jonesy's there. Yep. And then also up today is the video in which I fixed the Min-Max podcast. I promised 10 ideas. We only got to 8, but it's really good. It's a really good video, too. So both of those are up today. And then the podcast we record today will be up tomorrow. Min-Max podcast. Raccoon Resident, thank you for being a 4-monther. Giving you a lot of homework to watch. I know. There's a lot of homework. Mario Strikers on NSO tonight. Oh, hold on. I got a button for that.
I don't give a fuck.
Thoughts on Stop Killing Games? Okay, here's what I think is cool about Stop Killing Games is action. You know what I mean? It's what can we do? This is a problem I see in the games industry. What can we do? And so I think that's what's really cool about it. Taking our online complaints and actually doing something about it. You watched the last 30 episodes of Ironheart. You know I did. Spriggy Cat, thanks for being a 4-monther. Mr. Brownie, thanks for being a 33-monther. Prince Obscure, subscription 33. Very good. Can you please use that button somewhere during the MinMax podcast? I have not figured out the technology to make my buttons. I mean, I guess you could on Discord. You totally can do soundboards on Discord, actually. Can you review Ironheart in one word? Frail. I watched Thunderbolts. Pretty good, if inconsequential. You know what? Inconsequential, I'm going to let you have that. Yeah. That's fair. That's fair. There's one moment in that movie where I watched that movie like 3 weeks late, maybe 4 weeks after it came out, right? So there wasn't a lot of people in the theater when I saw it. One moment where the audience goes, "Oh!" And then obviously, never mind. But yeah. Inconsequential is fair. Deadly Zebra, thanks for being a 61-monther. Thank you for the 61 months of entertainment, Bossman. Just watched the Easy Eyes Fantasy Critic recap, and always a good time seeing you with the crew. Hell yeah. Yeah, and I was like, here's the thing. Brandon Jones stares down at his phone for like the first 10 minutes of that video. But then once we get him talking about him, he's engaged, and then like we really have good vibes again. Legitimately, there's just we're talking about our fantasy pickups, and he's just like, and then we're like, okay, Jones, this is where we get to you, and he's like, oh, okay, let's get into this. He is such a windbag. Can me and my former 8,999 former coworkers get an oh no for being laid off today? If anyone knows of any brand marketing positions, let me know. That sucks. I mean, it's why I try not to be like too light about this stuff, because like, you know, this shit's like people. These are the shit's humans. Is Mike Brown the right guy for the New York Knicks? Why are you... Yes. Okay? Yes. The answer is yes, definitely. Will I get Jones's Superman movie review? Oh, that's a really good idea. We should get that. Even if it's a half hour of just me holding up my phone to the microphone, we should definitely do that. All right. One thing I'll need to do before this 7 minutes is up, I need to go grab my coffee. But then we can start talking about Bandai Namco and what we might see. The only thing they've promised is a new video game in the My Hero Academia franchise, which doesn't butter my biscuit, so to say. All right. I'm gonna grab that. DM, I butter my biscuit. I think that's a dexterity check. More Elden Ring DLC? All right, do you mean Elden Ring DLC or Night Rain DLC? Because honestly, I'd be eyes glued to either of them. Does Bandai have Duskbloods? That would be Nintendo. That's a first-party Nintendo game. Nintendo is publishing a FromSoft game. That is so crazy, but it is what it is. Armored Core 6 DLC would be... I'd be so excited about that, actually. I'd be into that. Definitely a bit more of their Pac-Man game. It's called, like, the Phantasmic Maze. What is it called? It's like Shadow Labyrinth. Basically the same thing. Yeah. Shadow Labyrinth. I think we'll definitely see a little bit of that, right? Here's what I'm wondering like what their tone's gonna be. You know what I mean? Are they capable of being as chill as Capcom, or are they capable as being as embarrassing as Arc System Works? Really fun. This is coming like right after those two shows from last week. So I'm curious like what kind of show Bandai Namco can put on. I'll tell you right now, you know I'm a very surface level person. What I see before me with this whole like visual graphic aesthetic gives me a lot of confidence. I think this looks nice. You know what I mean? I feel like this shows like a strong artistic vision. Ridnar, thanks for being a 33-monther. I should go on an expedition. I like that we got a couple of 33-monthers today. Yeah, we've been talking a bit about the Xbox news, obviously. If more pours in during, you know, a My Hero Academia segment, let me know. But we'll try. We'll try to stay focused on Bandai Namco. We'll do our best. Will we hear the Pac-Man theme or sound effects at any point? Are you trying to get predictions? Or are you talking about Shadow Labyrinth? Because, yeah, I feel like you'll hear both of those things. I feel like that first trailer was playing it light with the Pac-Man implementations, and then everyone's sense has given like more and more of the Pac-Man vibes. So yeah, for sure. What's going on with My Hero Academia? The only thing that they've promised will appear in this show is a new game announcement for a My Hero Academia game. Everything else I think will be updates on games that have been previously announced. So like there will be one new game in this entire thing. I don't even know how long it will be. If it's longer than an hour, I probably will have to drop out. But I'm not expecting it to go that long. They did have a long list of games though that they expect to show in this. To summarize Xbox stuff, Initiative closed, Perfect Dark canceled, Everwild canceled, ESO developer MMO canceled. Anything else? Layoffs across the board. I feel like the 50% from Turn 10 who makes Forza Horizon is crazy. Oh, I forgot they're doing Toa, dude. I'm actually pretty excited about Toa. Toa is like the Hades like. Sorry, I'm so sorry, chat. I'm so sorry. Not Horizon. Horizon's the one that they like and makes a lot of money. Forza Motorsport, previously just called Forza. We'll definitely, we'll chat. We're probably going to see all of this stuff. Blood of Dawnwalker will be there. Code Vein 2. Yeah. We'll see all of this stuff, dude. This game's out. Probably not that. I think this comes out next week. Did I see the fluff piece variety put up? Yeah. It actually makes me angry. Xbox said we canceled a bunch of games today, but every game that we showed 3 weeks ago is still in development. We haven't canceled any of those games from the showcase. So. And it's like some of those games aren't even yours, bro. Oh, like half of those or more were third party. Congrats, you didn't cancel those third-party games. All right, I think we've definitely gone down to where we will not see anything from them. So yeah, I would say expect a lot from like these top 8. Was that from them? I think most obviously, yeah. Oh shit, the audio. Stand by. All right, they're giving me 30 seconds to fix it. Thank you. I gotta say, Chad, I really like this aesthetic. Let me know about volume, as always. What a cool city street we're hanging out in. Look at those people, dude. Lowish, gotcha. Let's do 5 decibels up, and then let me know. Studio Odyssey, what does that mean?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Bandai Namco Summer Showcase live from Studio Odyssey. I'm Sydney Goodman, here to present today's exciting lineup of game news along with Connor Cahoon.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much to Bandai Namco Entertainment for having us here today with everyone watching online. Now, some of you out there may be familiar with the Summer Showcase, now in its third year, but you may notice we're in a very different setting this year.
He said now it's third year. I had no idea, bro.
We've been transported into this amazing Tokyo meets LA inspired city where you can come along as we meet different game producers and reveal some brand new games and trailers.
Ooh, and I think we're ready to reveal our first worldwide reveal. Sorry about that. I'm so excited. I can't help myself.
I'm ready.
I know. To start us off, we have a very first look at a game based on a massively popular anime franchise with explosive action, touching friendship, and heroic characters. This is sure to go beyond all expectations. Let's take a look.
I like Connor.
Will pass to the next generation.
To me, he's like a likable version of that actor
Will entrust it to the next.
who keeps getting hired. Like he's like a Godzilla and Kraven the Hunter. You know what I'm talking about? He's in Bullet Train. You know the guy I'm talking about?
Everyone's
Boost
waiting
it,
for
sure.
you. Let's make sure they know we are here. Take this. We'll blast
Aaron Taylor Johnson, yeah. Connor's like a likable version of Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Because of you, I'm the person I've always wanted to be.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Chad. I'm like deeply checked out of this.
Talk about love and romance yet. From now on, this is our story. He's badly injured. I've got to defeat him.
I'll try to pay attention. I'll try to focus up.
Can't pretend I didn't see you crying in there. Shut up, you insignificant pest. I'm going to stop you.
I do like the line, "You can't pretend I didn't see you crying." Such a cool fighting game thing to say. I saw you crying!
We've known each other long enough, and you should know.
All right, so I think that's the guy who has a hand on his face. Clearly, he's secretly jacked.
Hello everyone. 配信をご覧の皆様こんにちは。僕のヒーローアカデミア
It's not the guy with a hand on his face? Gotcha, gotcha. Okay.
本日ようやく皆様にゲームのお披露目ができて本当に嬉しいです。本作は僕のヒーローアカデミアの最新家庭用ゲームで物語のクライマックスである最終決戦をコンセプトとした対戦アクションゲームとなります。本作ではこれまで僕のヒーローアカデミアのゲームをプレイしていただいた皆様にはもちろん、アニメを熱心にご覧になっている皆様にも新たな楽しみをお届けできるよう、物語のクライマックスである最終決戦をゲームならではの演出でより深く没入できるように再現することにこだわりました。現在、アニメファイナルシーズンの制作と並行してゲームの開発を進めております。アニメとは異なる
Okay. Talking legitimately about Bandai Namco.
最終決戦を体験いただけます。
They do have this unique position where they can work in conjunction with, anime production, right?
本作にはアニメに登場する数多くのキャラクターを実装しています。最終決戦で活躍した人気キャラクターたちが参戦し、あの時見せた
Are you happy you didn't have to build a delayed input around this showcase? I'm probably still going to. I'd rather talk about this slop than like have to dig into bad Xbox news.
全員登場することも魅力の一つです。各キャラクターユニークの個性を忠実に再現したバトルをお楽しみください。バトルシステムはアニメファンもゲームファンもどなたでも爽快な個性アクションをお楽しみいただけるように設計されています。本作のバトルでは最大3人のチームを組むことができ、
I heard anime fan and game fan, but that got turned into aficionados.
3対3のコンビネーションバトルを楽しむことができます。また、ライジングというシステムによりキャラクターを大幅にパワーアップすることが可能です。バトルシステムに関する詳細は今後の情報にご期待ください。本日は最新作僕のヒーローアカデミアオールズ・ジャスティスの魅力のほんの一部をご紹介いたしました。これまで僕のヒーローアカデミアのゲームをプレイしていただいた皆様はもちろん、アニメを熱心にご覧込んでおりますので、ぜひお楽しみください。プレイステーション、Xbox、Steam で
That was a visual Easter egg.
ウィッシュリストの登録もよろしくお願いいたします。最後に原作者である 堀越康平先
No
生から
Switch 2, bro.
熱いメッセージをいただいておりますので、そちらで締めさせていただきたいと思います。皆様ありがとうございました。
It doesn't even have a release date.
How
Put that
was
on
that
Switch
for our
2. What are you
first
thinking?
announcement, everyone? Are you ready at home to go plus ultra? Sorry for the energy.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just so excited.
This guy's good.
Thank you to Miyazaki-san and the development team for bringing their passion to this project and to our summer showcase stage. And as Miyazaki-san mentioned, I have Mr. Kohei Horikoshi message right in front of me here. So let's read it, shall we? Hello, this is Kohei Horikoshi, the original creator of My Hero Academia. I'm so happy that they're making another game now that the original manga is complete. I can't believe this is happening. In earlier games, I used Ida and Kirishima. This time, you can use all of Class 1A. So I'm already excited to see who I'll master. Also,
Put the text on
expressions
screen.
are amazing. Everything on the screen is even more plus ultra than before. Let's all play together when it's released. Thank you, Horikoshi-san, for sharing this special message with our fans.
That's
Now,
so crazy.
For more news on My Hero Academia All's Justice, be sure to follow Bandai Namco on social media to catch more news in the future.
Nah, it's just because that was somebody else's message. Like, put it on screen so we know who it's coming from, you know?
Arrives in 2026.
But also, yeah, I feel like this is live.
We recently announced the return of Revenants in Code Vein 2. Let's check in with game producer Izuka-san to learn more about the mysterious girl Lou and her role in this gilded, time-traveling action RPG.
It's live, or they said good
皆さん
enough.
こんにちは。コードメイン2プロデューサーの飯塚です。本作は2019年に発売
It's
さ
one
れ
of
た
the
コー
other
ドベイン
chat.
のシリーズ完全新作になります。コードベインは崩壊した近未来の世界で生きる吸血鬼たちが滅びの運命
By the way, I
を
feel like this was a really understated
手に
announcement
汗握るチャレンジングな探索アクションが魅力のシリー
of
ズで
Summer
す。
Game Fest, you know?
前作以上に進化したゲーム体験をお楽しみいただ
It's
けま
easy
す。
for Code Vein to get
吸
lost.
血攻撃、バディシステム、ブラッドコードなど
It's
お
not
なじみのシス
huge.
テムも登場します。
Doesn't have a
ぜ
massive
ひご期
fan
待くだ
base.
さい。
But the
舞
first
台
game
は
did well.
人間と吸血鬼が共存している未来の世界になります。そこでは様々な物質を異形に変えてしまう輪廻と呼ばれる変質現象と吸血鬼たちの自我を奪い化け物へと変えてしまう渇望の月の存在で世界は滅びの一途をたどっていました。主人公は化け物に対抗する力を持つ吸血鬼ハンターでしたが任務中に命を落としてしまいます。
Bro,
そんな主人公に自ら
that's a
の
crazy
心臓を
visual.
分けて蘇生させたのが吸血鬼の少女ルーです。彼女の持つ時間を移動する特別な力を借りて100年前の世界へ旅立ち滅びゆく世界を救うための戦いに身を投じることになります。ルーの他にも過去と現代の世界では様々な吸血鬼たちとの出会いが待っています。時間を超えて展開するドラマティックなストーリーにぜひご期待ください。
Okay.
本作は PlayStation 5、Xbox シリーズ XS、Steam にて2026年に
No
発売予定
Switch
です。
2, bro.
今後の続報をお待ちください。それではスタジオにお戻しします。
Studio Odyssey.
Now, I know just thinking about the return of Code Vein is sure to get your blood pumping. But if you really want your heart to skip a beat, then brace yourself for the delightful rhythmic adventures of Patapon Replay 1+2.
This is so fucking crazy, bro.
Beloved rhythm games.
It was just a man alone in a street.
Are back together in one bundle.
I gotta look at the other years. I have to cross-reference this to year 1 and 2. This is so crazy. This is really good. Oh my
Now,
god.
of course, I can't talk about this game alone. So Krista's here with me today to dive a little deeper into the game and break it all down for us. So Krista, how you doing?
I'm so excited to be here. I'm excited to talk about these cute little guys. We're not going to spend too long making you wait, but we have loaded up.
I think
a
it's an
small
actual
army of
screen.
rhythmic warriors for
Look
today's
close. I
demo.
think it's an
Okay, good.
actual
I'm so
screen.
curious. Let's get into it.
Are we ready? Here we go.
Oh, we've a
It
big
can't be.
screen?
Look at their feet.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
So maybe it's just like a
Patapon is rhythm
low-res
action
image.
adventure game where players use 4 mystical drums to command an army of cute and mysterious little eyeball creatures named Patapons.
I mean, they look
You want more
really cute
volume?
right
You
there.
want more?
They look like they're living their best life. I'm sure
They're-
nothing will go wrong.
Exactly. And as you are their new mighty one, and it's up to you to lead them on the journey to the legendary Earthend.
Oh,
A little
You
more.
know,
Okay.
casual, normal
Copy that.
stakes.
so I'm like their leader. They all respect me.
Yes, absolutely.
I can get behind this, but I was expecting something a bit more light-hearted for a rhythm game. This seems quite intense.
You don't have to feel too powerful quite yet, but playing Patapon's really, really simple.
Alright.
Just hit 4 drums to the rhythm and your Patapons
So
follow your
unfortunately,
lead.
this is coming out.
Every time you input it
I think the
correctly,
end
they
of this
sing
week,
back.
right?
You'd be impressed with how easily I would mess up 4 inputs.
I feel like we're not gonna be able to stream this,
Well,
but
don't
like
worry
I would be
about
way
that,
into
because
this.
new to this game, under the help button, is the constant command display. It's a convenient reminder of what drum commands will be helpful for each level.
And this is
Is this
Nintendo-esque.
all the commands we can expect to see as well?
Yeah, these are the ones that are helpful for each level.
Okay.
And your basic attack goes pon, pon, pata, pon.
This is good.
As they, they're doing a little rile up here. Big jump.
Because some air.
Treehouse-esque, right?
And
I
we're
like this.
fighting the plant, Patapon eating plant named Shuckle.
Naturally, of course that exists.
Yes.
Oh no.
And it's got these 3 arms that grab your little Patapon.
No. Okay, so but they're safe right now. They're fine. We can still save them, right?
Yes.
Okay.
They can break free.
Come
we
on,
believe.
Patapons, come on.
Little
Lock
dudes
in.
need eyes.
I think we're good.
Okay, looks good so far.
Oh no, 2 of them are being swallowed.
Oh no.
Just a little bit.
They'll be fine, right?
Yeah, no, definitely.
No, it's-
Don't worry
it's
about
fine.
it.
It's fine.
Okay,
those
just
little
explain the
hats
game.
that
You're
you
getting a little
collect in
too
the
cute
corner
here.
Okay.
Can be buried, and then your Patapons can come back and help you out again.
Wonderful, wonderful. And the whole time I have to keep pressing things to the beat and be on point.
Yes, but you
Okay.
know, with this game, you don't have to be super precise.
Okay, okay. got it.
As long as the Patapon respond, you'll continue to march on, just like them.
Can I be
Okay,
honest?
Got that. So I
I
noticed
don't
that we're
buy
fighting this
Connor's
monster.
interest in this
Is it-
game.
Is it only boss levels in this, or are there other types of missions?
No, so there's also hunting mode, battling the Zigatons that you see along the way, and there's other mini games that kind of keep you motivated to the long journey.
Okay, okay. And I see even though we've lost a few Patapons, they're not stopping their attack.
No, there was a big plume of smoke right there. That was a
Yeah, they
like
Patapons
some
fall
sleep
asleep.
gas. Yeah.
Okay, they're back up now.
We're riling them up right now.
And that's one of the commands?
Yes, and
Okay.
you can see with the successful attacks, he's losing some arms.
Oh, yeah, he's lost one.
So I think the Patapons are doing a good job despite being a little eepy.
Okay, okay, one arm just came back, but I think we're making some progress here.
No, definitely. I believe the Shuckle is getting pushed back as we speak.
Okay, nice, nice.
Not even a little nap is enough to stop the Patapon. They're very determined.
Okay, the longer I
Now,
watch
am,
this,
as
this
you
is
would
actually
say,
a pretty
washed.
bad
I'm not
demo
very
of the
good at
game.
games. How,
They skipped
if
straight to
they
a
find
boss
messed up,
fight,
is there
you
any
know?
punishment, or is it?
They'll look at you, they'll judge for a little bit, and then they just keep on going.
Oh,
So
okay,
you just
that's-
gotta lock in.
I need to lock in. But I see that the Patapons have pushed them back a little bit here. We're making some progress. Okay, maybe. All right. Okay. I
Oh
suppose
shit!
so.
Back up! Back
Oh,
up!
no.
We've got some big stomps going on. That's okay.
Okay.
We're still in it. We
Okay,
haven't lost
nice,
anybody.
Nice. Oh no!
They're
my
really
Patapons have
tight.
fallen asleep. How do I rile them up? Okay. Square, circle, X, triangle. Okay, easily. That's.
Yes.
That would be simple. Okay.
Big jump.
So you can dodge.
So yes,
What?
they can do a big jump up into the air like that.
It's the second time they did
and
that,
avoid
Connor.
the gas if possible.
Oh my God.
Eyes
okay.
up, bro.
I don't think I would be as talented with the Patapons as this. Okay, but it looks like maybe we did it.
I think they just did it.
Yes. Okay. we
Your
didn't lose
Patapons
too
are
many.
safe.
Okay, good.
It should
okay,
have been
we
level
live to
1,
survive
bro.
Another day. Oh my gosh! Thank God I wasn't playing that. But thank you, Chris, for leading us through that demo.
I like the
Thank you
idea,
so much.
just kind of bad
And if you
execution.
would like to learn more about the game, we recently shared a full system trailer, which we will link in the chat.
Oh, wonderful. And don't forget, viewers at home, that Patapon 1+2 replay will be released on July 11th. And it'll be playable on PlayStation 5.
Krista knows which
Nintendo
camera to
Switch,
look at.
and PC. So that's only 1 week to go. So, thank you once again, Krista, for taking us through the
Does Kyle know
first step
Connor
in
is
our
a
journey
streamer voice
to
actor?
Earth.
No, didn't know.
Coming up next, we'll travel to a mythical land in Toa and the Guardians of the Sacred Tree.
Hell yeah, Toa, bro.
Welcome.
Feels so awkward.
Brand new IP developed by Brownies, Toa and the Guardian of the Sacred Tree is a new roguelike where bonds, blades, and bravery decide the fate of all. You can explore this far-off mystic realm where the game launches
Look how much
September
he
9th.
puts into this.
Today, we'll hear from game producer Nagaoka-san as he takes us deeper into the game mechanics and some brand new gameplay. And keeping an eye out in chat for a special custom PC giveaway starting right now.
He's huge in the anime and IRL Japan
配信をご覧の
scene.
皆さんこんにちは。トアと真珠の祈り子たちのプロデューサーの長岡大輔です。
Hold on, Chad. I'm excited about this game. We'll talk about what IRL Japan scene means after this, okay? Because I want in.
本作はオリエンタルな世界観の中で刀と杖を駆使したハイスピードなアクションが楽しめるローグライトゲームです。ダンジョンでは個性豊かな8キャラクターの中から2キャラクターを選び、フロア内の敵を一掃しながらダンジョンの奥へ進んでいきます。部屋をクリアするとランダムに発生する音調と呼ばれる報酬でキャラクターの能力を強化することができるので、どんどん自分を強化していきながら
Fish guy, I think, is a star.
ボスが待つダンジョンの奥を目指しましょう。物語の舞台となるのは真珠神という神様が祀られているとある里で、そこに住む神の子トワと世界の平和を脅かすマガツと呼ばれる邪悪な神の対立を描いた物語が展開されていきます。ゲームの拠点となる里では主人公トワを操作して8人の仲間たちの能力の強化や刀作りなどを行ってダンジョンをより攻略しやすくすることができます。
I wonder if, like Hades, though, they'll give you incentives to use different
トワが繰り
characters.
広げるサイドストーリーにもぜひご注目ください。
Because otherwise, yeah, you just
本日
upgrade
は
the
ダン
ones
ジョン内で
you
の
like.
プレイヤブルキャラクターとなる祈り子たちに関する初公開の映像をご用意いたしました。こちらをご覧ください。
Yeah, that's Fish guy. That's a star right there. That's one of the playable characters. Why wouldn't you just be him every game?
Level up.
Alright, so the enemy died and it bore fruit, and they ate the fruit and leveled up, I think is what just happened.
What? We plunge onward. Ha! Yeah! I shall end you. Ha! Yeah! Yeah!
Yeah! With all my might. Oh ho! Ah, yes. This shall serve me well.
I like his voice, dude. Wasn't expecting that.
Special move. Chaos.
Was expecting something more gargly.
Make way!
I must not dishonor my blade.
With our hands joined, we will not lose.
So you think you just swap? You think you hot swap between your two characters?
今回は8人の祈り子の中から烈火と錦の2人を紹介します。烈火は侍のような見た目の通り、里にある道場の師範を務めるほどの剣の達人です。一方でトワのことが大好きなキャラクターで、トワの言うことは全肯定しちゃうけなげさが見ていてとても微笑ましいキャラクターで、個人的にも大好きなキャラクターの一人です。アクションの面では連続攻撃と範囲攻撃の2種類を持っていて、非常にバランスの取れた使いやすいキャラクターで、最初に触るキャラクターとしてもかなりおすすめで、実際チュートリアルのキャラクターはレカちゃんになっています。錦はかなりインパクトのある見た目をしていますが、実はとても信心深く硬派なキャラクターです。モニア神という神を信仰しており、善行を積めばいつかモニア神に出会えるという教えを信じて、つつ裏々旅を続けており、マガツ討伐も人助けの一環として参加しています。アクションでは個人的には烈火と並んで使いやすいキャラクターかなと思います。
I want to see a
移動を
Hardy's
兼ねた
character,
攻
bro.
撃だったり広範囲の連撃で縦横無尽に気持ちよくダンジョンを攻略することができると思います。この見た目で泳げないっていう設定もとってもチャーミングで、チームメンバーが一番手が良かったのもこの錦くんでした。トワと真珠の祈り子たちの情報は公式 X 等で毎週公開していく予定です。ゲームの内容やシステムはもちろん、個性豊かなキャラクターたちに焦点を当てたコンテンツにもぜひご期待ください。ありがとうございました。それではスタジオにお戻しします。
Back to the studio. This is one of the games I really thought would not appear here. This is like the Among Us Death Note game, which I would swear is already offline. These faces are terrifying. Yeah, I feel like there's like nothing appealing about this. If you say so, bro.
Pac-Man is one of the most recognizable characters in all of gaming.
You say so.
But a dark alternate take on the iconic Hungry Hero as a 2D action platformer is coming when Shadow Labyrinth launches July 18th. And Noah is here to talk more about it.
How's it going, Cindy?
It's going fantastic.
Good. You actually helped us to announce Shadow Labyrinth at the Game Awards last December.
I did. It was a great honor, and I am glad to be the harbinger of Dark Pac-Man and revealing some new gameplay
Good
today.
delivery.
That's right. In Shadow Labyrinth, players will take on the role of Swordsman number 8, accompanied by a familiar-looking
They gotta
yellow
switch
orb
which
known
camera
as
has the
Puck,
teleprompter.
and explore mysterious and
Here we can't even see their eyes that much.
Puck,
It doesn't
as
matter
in
for this one to have the
Pac-Man,
teleprompter.
The arcade game's original name?
Close-up cam should be the
right.
one with the teleprompter.
You really know your Pac lore.
We got to talk to the producer.
Okay, what if I told you that the Amazon Prime Video secret level Pac-Man episode is a prequel to the events of Shadow Labyrinth? And
What?
that Shadow Labyrinth story takes place in an interconnected universe whose timeline canonically connects games like Bosconian and Dig Dug. There's even a big reference to Splatterhouse.
Oh my gosh. Well,
Okay, that was new
is
to me.
crazy, and I am so here for it. I also really like how the Pac-Man maze inspired the game's massive map.
That's right.
Yeah, that's
it's
kinda
very
nuts.
Pac-Man, and you can eat your enemies.
Pac-Man and I have that in common. I'm kidding. But isn't that the most important thing about Pac-Man? So are there other Pac-Man things twisted to the dark side?
Yes, and Seigo Aizawa, Shadow Labyrinth's producer, has prepared a message just about that.
Was that Splatterhouse guy just then?
皆さんこんにちは。皆さんこんにちは。7月18日発売予定のシャドウラビリンスのプロデューサーの相沢です。今年
Yeah,
は
that comes
パッ
out
クマン
Donkey
45
Kong
周年
weekend, bro.
ブ
Yeah,
レイクイン
right.
パクトがテーマになります。
How long is this show? I
今
don't
回
know.
はゲ
We're
ーム
doing
内
okay.
で
We're
対
doing
峙する
okay.
こととなる G ホストと呼ばれる存在の最終形態と一部ゲームプレイをお見せしたいと思います。パックマンでおなじみの敵キャラゴーストたちを再解釈したシャドウラビリンス版 G ホストをお楽しみください。勘のいい方であれば何かにお気づきになるかもしれませんね。それではスタジオにお戻しします。どうぞ。
Thank you,
What are we doing here?
Aizawa-san, and a happy 45th anniversary to Pac-Man.
That's
What's
right,
going on here? What is
45
this?
Amazing years. And we knew that this being the year of impact, it was the right time to bring players a Pac-Man experience like never before.
Perfect. Well, I'm
I
excited
have to
see
rewatch
it because Aizawa-san mentioned some exclusive gameplay.
That's right. Let's jump into it.
Perfect. Well,
They
off
said
the
good
bat,
enough.
where in the game are we?
Okay, so spoilers. We are deep into the game. You're seeing a whole bunch of things that a player would have already earned, and we're going to see a boss battle that is really far in. So that being said, let's jump in. Before we go, we need to equip some
This is
perks.
Hollow Knighty. You know, I kind of like this
Okay,
stuff.
so perks, tell me what I'm looking at here.
So I mentioned they're equipable. It's basically you get to customize your loadout. These will enhance
Nine Souls is
your
kinda like that too. I
abilities.
like that
They're
stuff.
acquired through crafting in the game, and we gave ourselves a little bit more health, as you can see, and the ability to dash much larger, which will help in the battle.
Perfect. So it sounds like you can customize your loadout.
Exactly. Yeah, to suit your playstyle, depending on if you want to dodge or parry.
And then these towers with classic Pac-Man ghost colors?
That's right. So that location will look familiar to people who saw the Amazon Prime secret level Pac-Man episode. Very familiar there. And each of those colors, of course, corresponds to
Yeah, I would
four
love to play
ghosts.
this, but again,
in
it
this
comes
game,
out
they're
Donkey
known
Kong
as
week.
The G-host.
I feel like it's going to easily fall aside, you know?
And there's a G-host dropping in right now.
That's right. Parasitic organisms that you encounter multiple times throughout the course of the game, but this is the battle with the final form of the G-host based on Blinky. Right on cue. Red
Blinky.
Brogza Terrius
What have they done to
Gilba.
you?
Oh my gosh, that's a mouthful.
It is, it is. Brogza is basically an in-universe term for a core, and Terrius, final, Gilba, hand, so there you go. And this guy is really powerful right off the bat, focusing on
Good
the combat
counter,
here.
hell yeah.
Dodging and slashing, you have to be super precise to even survive here.
Yeah, there's the dodge. I'm seeing
And-
red and blue.
That's right. So his face will flash red and blue. If it flashes red, it means you can parry his attack. And blue means you need to get the heck out of the way, which we just did using the grappling hook.
Perfect. Well, okay, let's talk a little bit about I'm seeing bottom left-hand corner. There's a red flashing, there's a blue.
That's right. So on the left, we've got our parry equipped because you can choose whether or not to. Oh wait, hold on that point. This is Gaia. So this is basically
This
the
is so
power
live,
pellet
bro.
of this game. It makes you super OP. You can really wreck house with enemies. But
Gaia.
it's time limited. That meter on the top left that just expired was our Gaia meter.
Okay, and we'll go back to talking about that bottom left-hand corner, but I want to stay on Gaia for a second. So how do we increase that meter?
So throughout the course of the game, you can kill enemies, but you can also stun them and then eat them. And then that helps to not only gain you resources to use in crafting to acquire things from the shop, but also to fill up that Gaia meter so you can get back into super OP mode.
Okay. So now going back to the bottom left, it sounds like one of those is defensive and one of those is offensive. Is that always the case?
That's right. So you would have seen, so it can be the case depending on what you equip.
Oh, okay.
And but right now, the left trigger is
I'm saying it's not gonna live up to like 9 souls.
Triangle is Puck Spark, which is basically a stun move. And you would have seen that.
But I think
when
what
we
makes the game
execute
interesting is what it's actually
boss
doing
will
with the
turn
IP.
white, just like that.
Perfect timing.
To allow us to sort of get in some extra hits there as we try to dodge this huge attack with our active grappling hook.
And then I see that red bar just shot up. What is that?
That's right. So the red
wanna know
bar
a crazy
in the top
criticism?
left is your ESP meter.
I
And
think
so
boss
this will
HP
be
has to be
consumed,
larger
in
than your
larger,
HP.
smaller
You get
chunks
all these
based
chunks
on a
up here.
variety
There's
of
even
different
more
moves.
under the
So
camera.
there's using
And look how
Puck
small the
Spark,
boss
there's
HP
even
bar looks.
dashing, using your grappling hook, so everything consumes that. So you need to be really careful with what your moves are and be strategic, because otherwise, if you run out of ESP, then you won't be able to do anything and you'll be dead in the water.
You can't even dodge?
You can't dodge efficiently.
Okay. So all about managing that bar.
Yeah.
And
Speaking of managing bars, we got his stun meter all the way to the
Nice,
top there
nice.
just a moment
Little
ago.
Hollow Knight
so
there.
red was totally out of commission for a couple of seconds there, letting us get some really great down.
Good counter.
Perfect. And then we're stunned again. That white.
That's right.
Red's
yeah.
white.
So that was Puck Spark, one of the ESP skills that we have equipped
Spark.
to the triangle button. And there's a bunch of different ones that are different types of attacks that you want to use in different areas of the game. But Puck Spark was really the best friend for us to equip in this battle.
And we haven't talked about top right, 521.
Right.
What the heck is going on over there?
So that's Aura. It's yellow. It looks like a pack dot. That's done on purpose. These are collected throughout the game. It's
Talk
one of the
about that up
game's, saying game a lot, in-game currency, and you use that to upgrade your sword strength, your health, and a couple of other things as well.
Okay, so.
And we got him.
We got him.
I mean, but we got him.
We can say we.
We got him.
It's a collective we, right?
But this is only one of 4 of the G hosts that you will encounter throughout the game, but also
I feel like even if you're overpowered,
And real fast,
your health bar should be
G-host,
equal to the
what
boss,
does
but
that
never
stand
more.
For something?
The G does stand for something, but I don't think I should reveal that just yet.
Out of time. Just out of time. Well, thank you so much for that reveal and deep dive. When does Shadow Labyrinth come out again?
Shadow Labyrinth comes out later this month on July 18th, coming to PC and consoles. There is a really cool collector's edition available from the Bandai Namco store. It includes a game map that has UV-activated secrets, pins,
Awesome.
like my little puck right
That's cool
here,
as
an
hell.
art journal, and much more.
Perfect. You could match.
can.
We could all match Noah.
I can.
For more, check out the Shadow Labyrinth channel in the official Pac-Man Discord server.
The enemies are called G hosts, spelled ghost. And she says, does the G stand for something?
It's time to navigate through a brand new world of delusions in Little Nightmares 3.
Okay.
Are you ready to face your childhood fears? Perfect, because we recently revealed that the highly anticipated atmospheric adventure game Little Nightmares 3 is launching on October 10th, and a playable demo will be coming to San Diego Comic-Con. Now let's take a look at the latest stage revealed in last week's brand showcase.
Last week's what
Hi,
showcase?
I'm Coralie Feniello, producer on Little Nightmares 3. The game will release on October 10th, 2025, and I can't wait to see our fans and players dive into this exciting yet disturbing new nightmare. In Little Nightmares 3, you'll follow
Brand
the journey
showcase.
of Flo and Ellen.
Yeah, what does that
Our
mean?
Two friends are traveling through several locations, trying to find a way out.
Nah,
of the
Gundam will
nowhere.
show up.
Now, let's have a sneak peek at one of these places with this trailer.
Night Rain is coming. Don't give up. Yeah, what was the brand show? I'm so confused about that. Oh, bro, this looks so freaked. Honestly, pretty cool for Supermassive to get this. I forgot it was Supermassive doing this. Oh, there was a showcase that was entirely focused on Little Nightmares. Got it. A comic book, a stop motion project, and of course this. Yeah, that's the thing. That's what Bandai Namco is all about. They want to be like Sega. They want to go multi-tiered transmedia. Taking Little Nightmares though is questionable. See, I feel like that last shot was like one of the least scary shots in that whole trailer. Tuition chapters, bro. It's got DLC down the line. Oh, I like the Dark 6 costumes. Those are cool. Yeah, is this Little Nightmares, bro? Look at this. Stream game? Hell no. Hell no. Yeah, look at this. They're treating Little Nightmares as though it's like a AAA franchise. This is weird, dude. That's like Assassin's Creed style collector's editions.
It's time to party in everybody's golf hot shots. Thank you, Krista. We've got Krista back on stage for another round to tee off some more info about the game. I'm sorry about the puns. Welcome, Krista.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be back. And before we start, are you a golf fan, Connor?
He did this for his golf swing. I think because Krista's so close.
Mini golf. I'm
I think I've seen you play mini golf before.
I'm so sorry. I'm not very good at all.
But fortunately, today's game is truly for
I think it's just being polite to Krista.
Everybody's Golf Hot Shots is a return to form for the long-running series. You can see we have a number of different modes that's going to pop up on this screen over here.
I love the splash art. It looks phenomenal. Oh.
We got single player here, but there's so many different things. There's campaign, online tournaments, some new party modes with wacky golf I want to shout out.
Okay.
We're going to pop through some solo mode.
Krista's got she's got like such a real vibe, you know?
I also see there is a ton of different characters we can play. Quite a lot.
Yeah, so many. Actually, probably the most in any installment of this game.
Okay,
well,
I like this dynamic these two have.
Pac-Man's in the game. I didn't know Pac-Man played golf.
You can play Pac-Man as an early unlock, and yes, he's gonna crush it at golf, actually.
Okay, he's experienced?
I'd say so. I think when you're ball-shaped,
right,
you're good at...
So she works for Bandai Namco? She's not another streamer slash voice actor I should know?
Grass to check the wind.
That's
a high-level strat. All right.
But the best thing about everybody's golf is that it might seem like a fancy sport, but the controls are really straightforward. You see that beautiful follow-through, and the caddy is just booking it right now.
It's going so fast.
No, yeah, they had to announce that the leaves on the trees are generative AI.
You just pick your power, and then you swing. So that's only 3 buttons.
So simple.
And we're already this close to the hole.
Okay, I think Pac-Man's had a little bit of practice. I think he's quite good at this.
I do believe he's under par right now, too.
Okay, so I was unfamiliar with this game, and now I'm seeing it for myself. But going for a
Bro, what's going on here?
Kind of interesting. Not a putter? Okay. I'm sorry for doubting you, Pac-Man.
It didn't matter, of course.
Of course you had it in the
That
bag.
was weird. They like didn't even aim that shit, and then it just went right in. Bootstrap boom, thanks for being a 61-monther.
Lovely. Okay, nice.
Little golf claps.
Okay, so there's... Oh, okay, so...
Yeah, the AI is specifically for the leaves. They had to like be very, very specific about what they're using it for. And it is for the leaves on the trees.
It's like the UK. It's just raining, Gothic architecture. I mean, I'm home already.
Yeah, so there's different weather conditions for you to overcome.
Okay.
And this is another feature that players can customize along with the time of day and wind conditions, as you saw earlier.
Can't imagine that playing in the night and the rain.
He didn't even put any spin on this. Must have been the wind. That's so crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. You can kind of customize it to however you'd like.
Right.
And it seems like Pac-Man likes the rain today.
he's living his best life. He needs to get his
tree and leaf
and
textures.
To adjust for
Gotcha.
the trees and any obstacles in the way. Looks like we're putting some spin on the ball right here. And it looks like lined up just the perfect shot.
Okay, so a lot of the show has been live, including the demos. I feel like we're watching somebody's replay here.
It's just a little short, though.
Okay.
It takes 2 minutes to line up a shot like that, bro.
Pac-Man's caliber.
Yeah. Except
Pac-Man's just freewheeling here and getting a bogey.
I'm so sorry, Pac-Man. During the showcase, it's okay. We're gonna make it up.
Okay, the next one's gonna be better.
Yes, I do believe
okay.
Pac-Man has a little surprise for you, just for you, Connor.
Just for me? Okay, let's have a look. All right, let's see what he's got.
And it is.
You know what I mean? They don't even like zoom in down the course and like check to see where the range is or anything.
Wait, is that a hole in one?
That's a hole in one.
It's absolute cinema, Pac-Man.
Pac-Man knew something that we didn't.
Okay. Why is there a tornado on the course?
There's tons of accessibility features, or if you want to make your game harder or easier with larger cups or tornadoes, makes that course just a little bit more challenging.
Easy though. The tornado helped. It sucked the ball in.
Yeah, I think you could.
What are we talking about here?
Thank you so much, Christopher, taking us through everybody's golf hot shots. This game is coming out September 5th for PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch, and Steam. So it's time to become golfers, gamers.
Good enough.
Rise, unite, and triumph. Up next is the grid-based tactical combat RPG, Super Robot Wars Y.
It's time to become
All right, get ready, pilots. The ultimate robot anime clash returns in Super Robot Wars Y. With over 20 featured series, this grid-based tactical combat RPG will be ready for action on August 28th. So please enjoy this special message from game producer Thomas-san.
All right, to be clear, Chad, I am deeply sympathetic for the on-air talent. There is no reason for this to be live like it is.
A grid-based tactical combat RPG.
It is such a difficult circumstance to have to perform in. And so I could understand why he was scratching the back of his head back there.
皆さんこんにちは。私、スーパーロボット対戦 Y のプロデューサーを務めます。戸間光太と申します。本日はスーパーロボット対戦シリーズの魅力についてご紹介してまいります。まず、スーパーロボット対戦ですが、日本の有名なアニメーションに登場したさまざまなロボットやキャラクターたちが作品の垣根を越えて一堂に集まり、共通の敵と戦う夢のゲームです。
Should do a delayed input live. Someday I would like to actually.
RPG でして鍛え抜いたロボットで構成した
It's gonna have a lot of good enough.
自分だけの部隊を率いてさまざまなミッションを攻略していきます。バトルでは先ほどの PV で見ていただいた通り、さまざまなロボットの戦闘アニメーションが楽しめます。加えて戦闘で得た報酬を使ってステージクリア後にロボットやパイロットを強化することができます。こうして自分の大好きなロボットに育成リソースをつぎ込み、戦場で活躍させることがスーパーロボット対戦の醍醐味です。またスーパーロボット対戦のもう一つの魅力は、本作独自の世界設定の中で複数の収録作品がクロスオーバーするオリジナルシナリオです。プレイヤーはアドベンチャーパートで戦闘に至るまでのストーリーを読み、その後シミュレーションパートに進むことでより没入感のあるシナリオ体験を得ることができます。そして本作より新たにアシストリンクという新要素を導入しております。
Godzilla's in this game. I just have a hard time getting
いわゆる
invested.
パイロットでないキャラクターが後方から戦闘を支援するシステムがアシストリンクです。
This is like my chat talking about Sonic the Hedgehog and Batman being in the same comic. It's like, yeah, they are, but none of that's happening, bro.
さまざまな効果を得ることができます。アシストクルーはステージへの参加や使用回数に応じて
None of this is
ランクアッ
happening.
プし強力になっていきます。
These characters aren't actually
使えば
meeting
使
each
うほど
other.
成長するというのがポイントでして、従来のシリーズでは強化育成の要素がロボットやパイロットといった戦闘キャラクター中心でしたが、ヒロインやサブキャラといった直接戦闘に参加しないキャラにも愛を注ぐことができるようになりました。最後に改めて発売日と予約特典についてお伝えさせていただきます。
Of course, the pre-order
スーパーロボッ
bonuses.
ト対戦 Y
Of
は
course.
8月28日に発売予定でして、プレイステーション、Steam のストアで予約を開始
It's
しております。
crazy that, you
発売
know,
日より前に予約を
the
していただ
robos
く
aren't
と
ready yet.
3体のプレイヤブル機体や追加ミッションなどが手に入りますので、ぜひストアなどで詳細をご確認ください。そしてもう一つ情報がありまして、今作に登場するアニメ作品の魅力をお伝えするため、
G Gundam's in
作
there,
品の
hell
紹
yeah.
介や
アニメ視聴場所をまとめた特設ページを近日公開予定です。スーパーロボット対戦 Y の発売までに時間がありますので、好きな作品を探してみるのも楽しいかもしれません。
Godzilla Singular Point's actually super good.
スーパーロボット対戦 Y の
That's the
魅
Netflix
力に
one.
ついてお伝えさせていただきました。
It's an anime. It's
私
really
は
nice
スー
actually.
パーロボット対戦は自分の好きなロボットアニメへの愛を深め、新しいロボットアニメと出会い、そしてロボットアニメというジャンルをもっともっと好きになっていく、そんな特別な力を持つシリーズだと信じております。このスーパーロボット対戦の魅力をもっと多くの人に届けたい、そんな思いで私はゲームを作っております。これを機会にぜひスーパーロボット対戦 Y を手に取っていただきたいです。ご予約よろしくお願いいたします。
What world?
動きは捉えた。一気に畳みかける。ドリルアタック。
Just to be safe, I'm muting this. No, just to be safe. Yeah, there's a G Gundam. Hell yeah. Just be safe, bro. This stuff gets me muted all the time. Something Beam. Chat, what anime is Something Beam from? I think that's really funny. Yeah, I don't know, bro. Doesn't it feel like a facade? Doesn't it all feel like just, you know, cardboard cutouts? I feel like none of it has stakes where it feels like it's happening. Bro. If you got muted last stream, yeah, we gotta delete the if you button, unfortunately.
A couple of weeks ago, we did a deep dive into the Blood of Dawnwalker, an upcoming single-player, open-world, dark fantasy AAA RPG.
AAA.
In case you missed it, we have the team from Rebel Wolves here to share a bit more.
First time they've said that today, meaning everything before this point, AA at best. No, Digimon's coming. I guess they're saving it for last, bro.
Monsters have always been here.
No, Hunter x Hunter I will not play either because of Donkey Kong.
From the shadows. And when we were at our weakest.
After the trailer, we can talk about all that. But yeah, really unfortunate timing.
We feared for our lives. But we should have feared for our souls instead. The vampires didn't come to kill us. No, they came to rule. To turn us into mindless, docile cattle.
Docile.
Not me, though.
Half-blood.
They tried to change me into one of them. But I became something else instead. Their worst nightmare.
Music was a little witchery for a second there, huh? Yeah, I love the Batman wall crawl. That's my favorite part of this whole game.
Trapped between the two worlds. Fighting to even the score. Fighting to understand the evil behind it all. He is out there watching, seeping into you, growing.
All right, this is extremely rude. I understand why they have to say AAA because it's not apparent when you watch the video game.
Hi all, my name is Dominika and I'm the community lead here at Rebel Wolves.
I'm Marcin Król, producer here at the studio. We'd like to tell you a bit
Otherwise you
about
wouldn't
our
know,
upcoming
bro.
Game, The Blood of Dawnwalker. It's a dark fantasy single-player open-world RPG set in medieval Europe in Vale Sangora, a remote valley where
Oh my
all
god.
legends
This
are
shot
becoming
right here
real
is better
and
than any
vampires
shot
are
that was in
stepping
the
out
entire
from the
trailer.
shadows.
You play as Cohen.
Just
He
let it
went by
linger
day,
for a
vampire
second, you know
by
what I'm
night,
saying?
As a Dawnwalker, he's caught between two worlds. His goal, to save his family from Vampire Lord Brancis.
The story really changes depending on how you play. We call
Yeah,
it a
this is the
narrative
good stuff
sandbox.
right here.
You choose what to do, when to do it, and how to approach your goals.
The game also features a dual gameplay loop. So during the day, you play as human Cohen with his sword fighting skills and magic.
At night, you become a vampire, faster, stronger, with more powerful abilities. But those abilities come at a cost. You must feed. And sometimes you might lose control and hurt someone that matters to you.
No, keep going. Go to the skull, bro.
Love for RPGs. It's built to fully immerse you, keep you engaged, and leave lasting memories.
Yeah, this is the good. This is way better than that trailer, dude.
Code visible on the screen. And please don't forget to follow our channels. We're just getting started with the Blood of Dawnwalker, and there's much more we can't wait to show you.
You got to sell this game on its RPG appeal, not its action appeal.
Now in its 30th year and 8th mainline entry as a franchise, Tekken 8 has established its story as the longest continuous narrative in gaming. And today, we have Michael Murray here to give us a deeper look into the
I actually
lore of
loved
Fatal
seeing the
Ground,
meter,
the
like,
latest
okay,
factor
if
addition
you
to
suck this
Tekken
much
8.
blood, the person
Coming
just
to
falls
early
asleep.
access
You suck
next
this much
week
blood,
on
they're probably
July
gonna
7th.
die.
Hello, this is Michael, producer of Tekken 8. Tekken 8 is the latest numbered entry in the legendary
Cool location.
3D fighting game series, delivering the most exhilarating and intense battles in the franchise's history. Today, I'd like to introduce the second
Okay, so
additional
he's got
character of
cue
Tekken
cards, not a teleprompter.
Bakramram is a national hero of Thailand and an undefeated Muay Thai champion.
Whoa,
who
we got
reigns
3
supreme.
cameras on him.
He made his first appearance in Tekken 7, instantly standing out with his towering physique, over 2 meters tall, and the striking markings on his body. These patterns are known as Lichtenberg figures, or lightning scars, said to have been etched into his skin when he miraculously survived a lightning strike as a child. Also known as the title Thunderstruck, he is known for his
So I think this
overwhelming
character's
power
deal with
and
Tekken
high
7, let me know if
fight
I'm
IQ
wrong,
in the ring.
is he like kind of like broke the game when he was released? Because he was like just like overpowered. He was just like the best guy. What about the new
On his
tattoo?
back, Bakramram bears a sakyant, a traditional Thai tattoo with spiritual meaning. This intricate design was personally drawn by a revered monk residing in Thailand.
That's pretty
Each
cool.
of the 2 sections, upper and lower, carries its own distinct significance. Traditionally,
I love
sakyant
that.
normally are kind of a ward that protects the fighter, but it also has various meanings, which could be strength, courage, health, or even success.
No, I like that. You know, Tekken
particularly
likes-
the tiger itself is usually used to symbol.
They get into the cultural stuff. The cultural representation is fun.
We hope players will take note of this detailed element, as it embodies the deep cultural roots of both Thailand and Muay Thai. Interestingly, the same monk actually performed a blessing ceremony to pray for the success of Tekken 8.
Oh my god.
For motion capture, the team worked with Nadaka Yoshinari, the first Japanese fighter ever to unify both prestigious Muay Thai titles, Rajadamnan and Lumpini. And we
No
have him
comment.
here
No,
today.
no, no, not for me. Not for me, no comment for
こん
me.
にちは。ワンスポーツジムの石原奈々です。よろしくお願いします。
By incorporating Nadaka's movements, the team was able to deliver animations that truly capture the authenticity and impact of Muay Thai.
I actually would have loved to see more of that
So
mocap.
Nadaka, after actually doing the motion capture and then seeing the actual character, what did you think?
そうですね。まあ初めて自分モーションキャプチャーをやらせてもらったんですけど、ムエタイ特有の一発一発重みのある攻撃とキレのある攻撃っていうのが忠実に再現されていてすごく感動しました。
This character specializes in controlling the fight with his massive reach and powerful heavy-hitting Muay Thai techniques. He might not be the fastest, but his sheer power is a force to reckon with. If you enjoy characters who apply pressure with devastating single hits rather than relying on a flurry of smaller attacks, then this is the character for you. This character is a result of a collaborative effort, with many individuals contributing to the carefully crafted motion and design. Experience the exhilarating
The audio
one-hit
balancing is
knockout
fucking
potential
nuts,
that
bro.
Falcon Rom brings to the fight. So that's all about Falcon Rom. He's actually personally one of my favorite characters in the series to date. So I can't wait to have everyone have their hands
Now
on
you know why he's in. Now you
Falcon
know
Rom
why
will
he's
be
back.
Available for early access starting July 8th or July 7th PDT. for
Oh, that's
those who
really
own the
soon.
Season 2 pass. The official release begins on July 11th or July 10th PDT. More details about Falcon Rom will be revealed in a special live stream scheduled for the day before early access. Don't miss it.
He was speaking so softly, and they have this like cranked up house music all the way up here. It was such a crazy
Experience
choice.
the world of Dragon Ball Daima, a brand new Dragon Ball anime series through a two-part playable experience in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. You can enjoy this downloadable content even if you haven't finished the main story. In this video, we'll introduce the features added to this new
Nah, I'm a
downloadable
converted
content.
Daima hater.
Goku
No.
finds himself
I don't look at any of this
transformed
the same
into a
anymore.
smaller form as a result of a nefarious scheme. To rescue the kidnapped Dende and reclaim his original form, Goku sets off on a thrilling adventure filled with action and danger, joined by Glorio.
Basically, I thought it was
Supreme
cool as
Kai,
shit, like up
and
until like the last
Pansy.
5 episodes.
It's got me really pumped up.
Part 1 unfolds in the third demon world, a realm of mysterious
This is pretty
creatures and
extensive
floating
DLC for a
islands,
super old
revealing a
game.
world
Daima's not
completely
young,
unlike
dude.
Earth. The skies of the third demon world are choked with volcanic gases, weighing down the air and making flight a real challenge. But fret not. With Sky Seed, you can instantly
Yeah, this is
travel
the
to
shit I was
places
super
already
into too.
visited, making world exploration a breeze.
That's so fun. That's so fun. Yeah, they couldn't fly anymore. They got nerfed when they first came to
Scattered
the
across
demon
the
realm.
field are treasure chests filled with helpful items to aid you in your adventure. You may also come across something called Demon World Rumors that can uncover the secrets and mysteries
Bro,
about
this
the
is
new
actually
world.
crazy.
There are plenty of rare items hidden on the floating islands, so be sure to explore thoroughly.
Thoroughly.
You might get to see a side of Pansy that wasn't shown in the anime.
Like my pitching machine. Keeps you on your toes with its random throws. Cool, huh?
Wait, is there like a dubbed version of
Not
Daima
only can
out?
you test your skills against the Kadan Castle's warriors and Glorio, like in the anime, but you will
It is
also
out, got
face
you.
off against trolls, goblins, and other creatures that inhabit the third demon world.
Dub's been out for a minute. Didn't know that.
Some enemies will use attacks that can cause status effects like burns and poison. So get ready to strategize and
Yeah,
take
this
on
actually like this
more
looks like you could have
intense
made
battles.
this its own game.
Medibugs are the key to curing.
This could have been like a
status effects,
$20
so keep an eye
standalone
out
release.
And gather as many as you can to stay prepared.
Using the bugs is really smart. Like this is
Your
really well thought out
companions,
DLC.
Glorio, Supreme Kai, and Pansy each bring unique abilities to support Goku. Work together and overcome enemies.
All right, here goes.
Keep up the pressure.
I'll follow your lead. Kamehameha!
Okay. It always takes a
Fishing,
second to get
hunting,
used to the
and other
Goku voice.
familiar activities from the main story are still here
Who
for
should
you
sound
to
like,
enjoy.
"Ka
This downloadable content is
You know what I
packed
mean?
with
Like it
tons
should
of
sound like a
exciting
little old
content.
grandma.
So jump in and explore the third demon world to your heart's content. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot
It's not right.
Daima.
It's not right if he
Adventure
doesn't
through the
sound like a
Demon
little
Realm
old grandma.
Part 1. Dragon
Cool,
Ball
though.
Z Kakarot Daima Edition, which features the main game and the Daima Adventure through the Demon Realms pack.
Oh,
will
they are at
also
least
be
selling a
available
Daima
for
edition.
sale.
That's a good idea. That's cool.
Agents unravel a mystery through time and parallel worlds. Up next, we take a deeper look at Digimon Storytime Stranger to learn more about the features of this riveting RPG.
Hell yeah.
皆さんこんにちは。デジモンストーリータイムストレンジャーのプロデューサーを担当しています
It's time.
原と申します。デジモンストーリータイムストレンジャーはデジモンストーリーシリーズの10年ぶりとなる新作です。ゲームの紹介に入る前にまずはこれまで公開してきたゲーム映像を振り返ってみましょう。
Catching you up previously on. Will this be your first purchased Digimon game? Sure, hop in now. You didn't miss out on anything. 100% this is a hop in now kind of game.
様々なデジモンが登場していましたが、本作では実は450体以上のデジモンが実装されるんです。本作は人間とデジモンの絆を描く壮大なストーリー、戦略的なターン制バトル、そして多種多様なデジモンの収集とカスタマイズを楽しめる育成 RPG です。ファンの方はもちろんですが、過去デジモンゲームを遊んだことがない方、またはデジモンそのものにあまり触れてこなかった方にもデジモンの世界に飛び込むきっかけとしてぜひ手に取っていただきたい作品です。本作の主人公は超常現象の調査・解決を専門とした秘密組織アダマスに所属するエージェントです。2人のエージェントのうちいずれかを選択します。
Shoot, which one are we
物語
gonna pick?
の舞台は日本、東京。政府によって封鎖された新宿の一区画で未知の生物デジモンに遭遇するところから始まります。
This is
こ
your
れこそが
starters.
あなたの最初の仲間となるデジモンになります。その後調査を進めていく中で様々な出来事に遭遇し、最終的には謎の爆発に巻き込まれてしまいます。
Chat, I feel like the player base is going to be
世界は8
90%
年前に
Yuki.
戻っていました。
You're insane if you pick that red-haired
来る世界の崩壊を
man.
食い止めるべく、人間世界とデジモンが住むデジタルワールド2つの世界をまたいだ冒険を繰り広げることになります。物語の核心は時空と世界を超える強い絆です。まさにデジモンにとって不平のテーマと言えます。特にキーとなるキャラクターミソの祈りとアイギオモン、この2人が紡ぐ絆の
Yeah,
形
you
に
get a little
ぜひご
Digimon
注目
buddy.
いただきたいです。また物語は今作オリジナルの内容となっていますので、シリーズ前作のファンの皆さんもこれから初めてデジモンゲームを遊ぶ方も全く新しい体験ができるのではと思っています。
The
冒
phrase
険の中では
man-hater
賑
got
やかな新
censored,
宿
dude.
秋葉原とデジタルワールドのさまざまなエリアを行き来します。前作デジモンストーリーシリーズではデジタルワールドへ行くことはほとんどなく、その手前の電脳世界と人間世界との行き来が主でしたが、今作ではこれまでにない繊細な表現で描かれたデジタルワールドを
Oh
訪
my
れ
God,
観
look at this
察する
digital
ことが
world,
可能に
bro.
なっています。冒険の中心となる
So cool.
活気に満ちたセントラルタウンや巨大な木々が生い茂るギアフォレスト、美しく広大な海が広がるアビスエリアなど、それぞれ違った表情を持つエリアが登場します。
All this footage so
エリア
far
ごとにそこに
from
住まうデ
previous
ジモンが違
release
うのも
footage, though.
魅力の一つです。
None of this has been
個
new
性
yet.
豊かなキャラクターたちとの出会いが皆さんの冒険に彩りを与えてくれるはずです。
Ooh,
もちろん
nice.
RPG にはバトルが欠かせません。
Identify
モンスター育
yourselves.
成ゲームでおなじみの属性による攻撃ダメージの変化は本作では基本的に種族・属性の組み合わせで成り立ちます。種族はワクチン、ウイルス、データ
Yeah, yeah, no, we get this.
バリアブル等も含めて計7種。属性は火、水、草木などの11種に分類されます。デジモンの技と種族の組み合わせによってダメージが入らなかったり、倍以上のダメージを与えたり、
Alright, a
さ
lot
ら
of
に
this
本
has
作
been
では
redundant
よ
so
りデ
far,
ジ
to
モ
be
ンの
honest
個性
with
が
you.
際立つ因子を追加しており、
The systems
相
trailer
性
is
次
worth
第はさら
watching.
に
It's
高い
actually
ダ
kind
メ
of
ージを
nice.
狙っていくことも可能となってい
I
ま
like
す。
for an RPG to just say like, here's our
デジモン
here's
固
all
有
our
のスペシャル
systems.
スキルと
Here's what we
複
got.
数の
Here's
付
how
け
you
替えが可能
upgrade
な
shit.
アタッチメントスキルの2
Here's
種
how
を
you
駆使
level up.
し、
Here's how you
敵
will
や状況を見
digivolve.
極めながら仲間デジモンのパーティー編成をカスタマイズすることが大切です。また本作ならではの要素としてエージェントが持つデジバイスと仲間デジモンの力を合わせ
Actually,
る
I
こ
don't know
と
what
で
the guest
味方のサポ
monsters
ートや
mean.
敵への追撃ができ
I
る
wonder if they're like
クロスアーツを
story-based
発動すること
partners.
が可能です。デジモンたちと共に敵に立ち向かう一体感をぜひその手で体験いただきたいです。デジモンの最大の魅力の一つは進化ルートが一本線ではないことです。一体のデジモンから様々な形態に進化できるだけでなく、他の進化経路の解放や成長限界に達した際にあえて退化する選択も可能です。進化・退化を駆することで一部のパラメーターやプレイヤーとの友情値を引き継いだり、レベル上限を示す才能値を引き上げることができるため、進化・退化を繰り返しながらお気に入りのデジモンを集中して育成することも戦略の一つです。
That is a downside of the game.
またプレイヤーである
You build your
エージェント自身の
Digimon
成長
up
も
and then you
仲間デジ
tear
モンの
them
強さ
down.
に影響します。
And then build them up and then
デジモ
tear
ンの
them
育
back
成や
down
パラメ
again.
ーターに
But every
関わ
time
る
you tear them
様
back
々な
down,
スキル
they
を
have
解
a
放できるため、
stronger
積極
launching
的にミッ
point.
ションをこなしてエージェントとしてレベルアップしていきましょう。新たなデジモンはバトルで敵デジモンを倒してスキャン率を上げ、コンバートをすることで獲得可能です。バトルをすればするほど仲間デジモンは増えていき、
Can you
育成の
explain your
幅
love
も
of
広がってい
Digimon?
き
No,
ま
they're
す。
just cool.
育成可能な
No
デジモンは
explanation necessary.
450体以上います。お気に入りのデジモンを集中して育成するもよし、多くのデジモンを収集し幅広い育成を行うもよし、
Prestiging your
あなた
Digimon,
だけの遊
basically,
び
yeah.
方を見つけて、ぜひデジモンたちとの冒険を楽しんでください。次はデジモンたちが住む世界についてお話ししていきます。 これは主人公一行が初めて訪れるデジタルワールドイリアスの街セン
Yeah, I
トラル
like
タウン
this
で
Kappa
す。
guy to the right.
街中はデジモンで溢れており、冒険に必要なアイテムを入手できるショップやデジモンたちが集うちょっとおしゃれなバーもあります。主人公はここでこ
This
の
is
街
such a
を治める
Digimon
メルクリモン
game,
という
bro.
デジモ
Look
ン
at
か
all
ら
this stuff.
電波塔の異常を調査する依頼を受けることになりま
I
す。
do think some of this might be new.
セントラルタウンは冒険の中心地として何度も訪れることになるため、立体感
We might
あ
be
る
getting
構
some
造
new
や密
shots
度感、
finally.
BGM など活気に満ち満ちた雰囲気から次の冒険も頑張ろ
I
うと
could
思え
spend
る
a
よう
whole
な
stream just like
そんな空
walking
間
around
作
this
りを意
town,
識
you
してい
know?
ます。イリアスには他にも様々なエリアがあり、それぞれが世界観的にも
Look at that guy.
ゲーム性的にも意味のある設計がなされています。
There it is. That's my favorite shopkeeper.
次はメニュー画面を見ていきましょう。メニューではデジモンの進化・退化、カスタマイズ、パーティーの編成等が可能です。進化・退化にはそれぞれ条件があり、例えば進化であれば一定のパラメータ値を満たすことが基本です。中には特殊な条件もあり、特定のアイテムが必要であったり、特定の性格にな
Yeah,
って
this
いない
stuff
と
was cool
進化
too.
がで
Is
きな
like
い
the
との
way
パ
they
ターンも
evolve
存在
depends
しま
on their
す。
stat gains.
デジモンのカスタマイズではそれぞれ
So
の
like
個
let's say
性
you
に
focus
応
on
じたアタッ
defense,
チメン
it'll
トスキル
evolve
や
a different way.
装備品の装
Digivolve,
着を
excuse me.
行います。強みをさらに伸ばすのか、苦手を補
But
強するの
sometimes there are
か、
different
ガン
conditions
ガ
on
ン
top
攻め
of
るの
those, which
か、
make
サ
it
ポ
really
ート
fun.
的な立ち回りをさせ
Favorite
るのかな
Digimon
ど、
game is Cyber
戦
Sleuth. I
略は
think
無
it's
数
the
に
nicest
存
one.
在します。他にどのようなデジモンが仲間になっている
But
か
then
次第で
World
も
One,
カスタ
probably
マイズ
number
の
two.
方向性は変わってくるでしょう。パーティーは6体のデジモンによって構成され、その中から3体をバトルへ出すことになります。さらに物語の中心となるアイギオモンはプラスもう1体として戦闘に参加しますので、
This like
彼を戦闘でどう生
pan
かすかも
flute
パーティー
Digimon
編
is
成を考
not
える
going
上
to
での
be
重
in
要な
our
指標
party.
になることでしょう。マップ上には
That kid is
様々
not
な
gonna
デジモン
like.
が
I
お
will
り、
not
シン
roster
ボルエ
him
ンカウントでバトルが
if
始
it's
ま
an
ります。
option.
バトルでは種族と属性の相性が非常に重要です。敵デジモンとの相性が悪ければ控えの3体と交代することをお勧めします。
Looks like they do that thing with like real time where like you get the first attack in, you do some damage
可能です
first.
ので、慎重にバトルを進めていきましょう。戦闘に勝利すると敵デジモンのスキャン率が上昇、 100% 以上になることでコンバートし、新たな仲間デジモンを生み出すことが可能です。最後にボスバトルを見てみましょう。各ボスには通常戦闘にはない何らかのギミックがあります。例えばこのパロットモ戦では定期的に落ちてくる雷に当たるとダメージを受け、パロットモへ落ちると敵は回復してしまいます。基本的にはこの逆境に真っ向から立ち向かわなくてはならないのですが、ちょっとした隠し要素として特定のデジモンをパーティーに入れておくことで相手の回復を防ぐことが可能にもなっています。クロスアーツはボスバトルにおいて必要不可欠な大技となります。敵デジモンの弱点を突くことでクロスアーツゲージを早く貯めることができるため、この点においてもやはり敵との相性コントロールが重要になってきます。これまでの知識と経験、そしてデジモンたちとの絆を総動員し、迫り来る強敵を打ち倒してください。ゲーム内容について少しでも楽しんでいただけましたでしょうか。時空と世界をまたぐストーリー、戦略的なターン制バトル、そして多種多様なデジモンの収集と育成を楽しめるデジモンストーリータイムストレンジャーは、従来のデジモンのファンの方々にも、これから初めてデジモンを体験する方々にもぜひ手に取っていただきたい王道の RPG 作品となっています。本日披露したゲームパートは今後のイベントでも使用できるようになりますので、ぜひご期待ください。本作は PlayStation 5、Xbox シリーズ XS、Steam にて予約受付中です。皆さんがどんなデジモンと絆を紡いで冒険していくのか、この目で見れる日を心から楽しみにしています。ちなみに私はパタモンを選んで、いずれはゴッドドラモンへ進化させることが確定しています。
You gotta have a
本
favorite.
日はどうもありがとうございました。
Even if it's Goldramon, I appreciate he's got his favorite.
Thank you so much, Hara-san, for that in-depth look.
Paramount was in the
Digimon
first movie.
Story Time Stranger will be launching on October 3rd, 2025. Look out for a playable demo at upcoming events.
Huge.
And that is all for today's presentation.
A lot of fun.
Thank you, Connor, for joining me today, and thank you to all our viewers for joining us as well.
What was that
Of course,
noise he
great work
made?
to you as well, Sydney, and to our viewers. And remember, if you're a fan of any of the games that you saw today, be sure to follow any of the Bandai Namco Entertainment social media accounts in your local language.
Did he go,
to stay up to date on the latest
A lot of fun,
announcements
he
and
said. Oh, okay. All I heard
We'd
was
love to know what you thought of today's presentation and have provided a survey link if you'd like to help us
Thank you,
make
chat.
our next showcase even better.
They do surveys
Okay,
too.
Gamers. Well, thanks again for coming by, and we'll see you all next time.
Okay, I think the weird thing was like his mic was like getting turned on and off. Because he would like it sound echoey when he first said thank you gamers. They switched shots and then it was like distinct again. That was so weird. Time to take the survey? No. All right, I appreciated that. You know, I was talking about, like, I do feel like there's a Capcom vibe. I do think there's a Bandai Namco vibe. I know that sounds crazy to say. But I do feel like, you know, they have this overall vibe. There's some really interesting stuff there. I feel like Toa's still, like, one of my favorites that I'm looking at. Anime Hades is gonna work out. Yeah. Unfortunately, I think this week's delayed input is going to have to be about Xbox. Gotta find a nice way to word that news. I gotta find a way to be nice. Does Elden Ring fit the vibe? No. Wasn't invited. Skyward Gabe, thank you for being a 33-monther. Thank you, Mr. Bossman. No, I just said thank you. Age of the Atom, thank you for being a brand new subscriber. Love the name, obviously. Bootstrap Boom, thanks for being a 61-monther. Abby Dent, thanks for being a 46-monther. My heart goes out to everyone who was laid off today. Exactly, yeah. Yeah, so when I say, like, be nice, it's like, I guess be sensitive is what I'm looking for. Because, yeah, obviously I have no love for Microsoft and the Xbox. But, like, when I say be nice, it's like don't just, like, come out here, like, waggling your hiney and being, like, a total jokester for something that has really affected a lot of people, you know? That's what I'm feeling like. I don't know how to cover it, bro. When I was just checking my messages right there, that was Ben Hansen for the MinMax podcast, which we're recording in like an hour. He was like, hey, who wants to cover it? Like, because he's got a whole idea for this week's podcast already planned out, right? And so all this stuff pops up and it's like, so what do we, like, how much of this do we acknowledge? Talk their ear off about Digimon? Yeah. Honestly, wasn't a great demo of Digimon. I liked that they were showing more exploration shots of the city, but it was very redundant if you've been watching Digimon stuff up to this point. Xbox cuts discussion followed by suggestive silhouette. Do you see the conundrum I'm facing? Like, you can't do that. You can't do that. They chose to buy all those studios. I mean, okay. All right. I mean, here's the thing. It's so crazy because the leadership has stayed the same. We have had, I feel, over 10 years of Phil Spencer at this point, right? 12 maybe? Maybe 10. But anyway, they really, like, they kept eating. They kept eating and eating. And that, like, changed the whole business. I mean, we've talked about this before where we talked about other studio closures. I don't know how much this changed, right? But it's like, it's crazy. It's some crazy stuff. Phil got them to survive. Most companies would have died after the Xbox One disaster. That's a take. That's a take. Here's the thing though. The reason why Xbox sucks and has mostly always sucked is that it's part of Microsoft. It's why it exists because it's part of Microsoft, but it's like also like why it's sucked so much. So, you know, that I mean, I get what you're saying. But, like, you know, the reason it was able to keep going is that, like, he's been appealing to the Microsoft side of the business for 10 plus years. You know what I mean? Getting the executives to nod their heads in those extremely stressful meetings. I remember how everyone said no way they show their face at E3 after closing Tango, and then they just went up on stage and acted like nothing was wrong. That was me. That was me. I swore they were going to get different people to speak, but no, it was the same dang 3 people every time. Phil Spencer, Sarah Bond, Matt Booty. Same 3 people. Same 3 people this year. No one else gets to speak. Just us, please. Just us. Just us. Just us. We got this. Have you seen my Vivi's called Vivi? New FF9 lore just dropped? Not true, not true. Come on now. I love this image. Cute. But you're telling me this creature was just named V until he grew that tall? No, that's not true. This is just this is a cute illustration. I would say don't take it as lore. He wants to be taller, though. It's too sweet, dude. Getting up on his toes. Shit, what is that gourmand's name? I actually forget the name of Vivi's grandpa. Quan? That feels right. That feels right. Quan Q. Quan Q, maybe. Yeah. Yep. Good stuff, chat. More Xbox cuts internally. And that's the other tricky part about covering this on the podcast, dude. It just keeps going. From Tom Warren, Microsoft has cut the head of its Xbox family and child safety team, as well as gutting its key Xbox user research roles, bro. I refuse. There's, you gotta be sensitive about these things. From the FF9 fandom wiki, chat, your wikis are never evidence enough for me. I don't give a shit. According to the markings on the wall in Quan's dwelling, Quan raised Vivi to eat him. That makes more sense to me. That makes more sense to me. I totally forgot that bit of lore. That wiki is correct. Yeah. Vivi got a little more out of that relationship than was actually there. He's named Vivi because when he gets here, you're going to get eaten. So no, he wasn't called V or Ivy, right? At any point. He's called Vivi because that's when I'm going to eat you, bro. Got it. And that's actually what the little tongue icon means. Meaning when that rooster gets to that notch, that rooster gets eaten. Yeah. Thank you, chat. Thank you for help. Media literacy for my chat. Appreciate that. Yep. No, I thought this picture was sweet, but it's actually extremely dark. Vivi getting up on his toes actually is accelerating the time in which he will be eaten. When will they announce Xbox AI with their NFTs and crypto add-ons? If you watch the announcement of the next Xbox console, they're already talking about the power of AI. Sarah Bond's already stoked about it. Why measure the hat? Does the hat get eaten too? Here's the thing about the gourmands. They're not hyper intelligent. They're simple creatures. I feel like Queen of Quen, the one in your party, is maybe emotionally intelligent, but yeah, certainly a dum-dum. Yeah. I'm so sorry. That's what's kind of wild, and we will be ending the stream. The video was to make the AMD announcement, right? Like, we're partnering with AMD to make the chips for our next generation Xbox console. Look for that on the way. But like, also though, we got a lot more to say to you about this. It's like, why is this even part of this video? What about the one that works in the castle and definitely isn't Queena? I think it's slightly more intelligent, but also a bit of a doof. Ninja Theory is going to be AI farmed until the spirit is destroyed and everyone willingly leaves. Yeah, I got to go back and watch that like AI stuff. Here's the thing. I feel like if you want to like save your job, if you work for Microsoft and you want to save your job, you got to be like, oh yeah, the AI is coming along real good. We got AI to build this whole game. You know what I mean? I would basically this is a really good idea for a movie. It's like Inverse Simone, where you pretend like you got this like really advanced AI actor, right? But it's like it's actually just a human, you know? You're like, oh yeah, this is all AI. We're implementing all of your tech. We really are. It's really advanced. It's really making all of our work so much easier, and the quality is just the same. And so it's like a bunch of people on camera who are just like like the tech companies in India. Oh, I mean, you're right. Some of that shit's actually happening where it's actually like manual labor pretending to be AI. Yeah. Why are we watching the loading screen and not Mucho? Good point. Here he is. Okay, anyway, chat, we will go offline now. I'll do a bit of writing delayed input before the podcast with Min-Max. Hopefully getting delayed input up as soon as possible. We'll see what I'm able to pull off. It's going to be a little tightrope walk, bro. It'll be a wild one. I wish I could just focus on the Bandai Namco Summer Showcase, but I don't know, honestly, if that thing was that meaty to, you know, really stretch out into a whole video. Maybe I just make a little 7-minute video. That's my dream. My dream is to make a 7-minute delayed input. Maybe this is the one. But yeah, in terms of streaming, I won't be live until next Monday for potentially disc 4 of Panzer Dragoon Saga, and then of course Tony Hawk that Friday after that, and then good stuff ahead. Xbox is on fire, so there's that. I don't like talking about it. I like talking about when Xbox is like goofy bad, it's so fun to make fun of them. You know what I mean? When they have like a dumb comment in a press conference, that's as fun as shit. When they're letting people go, it's not fun to make fun of them for it, you know? It's so tough. That game has 4 discs? It does. Yeah. It's been good. If you've been missing out on the streams, I would say just like check out a VOD for a second just to see what it looks like. Boom. Yeah, 4 discs, dude. It feels like an epic, you know? So fun. Kojima and Death Stranding 2 is topical. I've barely played any beyond what we streamed on Friday. I've barely started Death Stranding 2. What's the how long to beat on Death Stranding 2? And then we will go offline. I will go offline. How much do I have to plot out? Because here's the thing. I just booted it up last night. I'm like, okay, I'll just do this little side quest real quick, right? And like, okay, this looks easy. It's not that far. And then you start the side quest and immediately red rain and shadow figures. Like, okay, this is gonna take 5 times longer than I thought it was gonna take. Because I have to like wiggle around and hold my breath so these shadow monsters don't see me. It's so frustrating. 20, 30 hours, 30 hours. Okay, that's actually not too bad. You're 42 hours in, and you're like 3/4. You must be completing every mission. All right. You finished it in 70 hours? Probably 30, 40. Okay. 70, damn. I've been playing Gex 1. Clunky, but wall climbing is fun. I agree about the wall climbing. I actually think it's a unique feature of that game. Are there any Wednesday streamers we should raid? Who do you have, chat? Who should we raid on a Wednesday? What do you got? Safe travels. Appreciate that, chat. I need that. Easy Allies is live? Sure. What are they doing? what are they streaming right now? Warhammer 40k Darktide Dogtide. Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it. No. Here's the thing. I gotta be rating more Easy Allies more often because at the end of the year we got data on how many times Easy Allies has rated me versus how many times I've rated them, and it's like a 5-to-1 ratio. It's really, really bad. They're scratching my back much more than I'm scratching theirs. So let's give the old 40k Darktide streamers a raid or Rooney. All right. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, live again next Monday. 2 more videos from my voice will be appearing over the weekend, though. And as I just said, 2 went up today. So, like, yeah, I'm online. I'm deeply online, but I won't be live until next Monday. So thanks, everybody. Very fun week. Enjoy your weekend. If you're doing any holidays this weekend, enjoy those. Appreciate you all. Thanks for showing up for, a low-key Bandai Namco Summer Showcase. Appreciate you. And let's raid Easy Eyes.
It's a robot party. It's a robot party. It's a robot party. It's a robot party. Tie your shoes. It's a robot party. Pet the dog. It's a robot party. Collect the crew. It's a robot party. No eggnog. It's a robot party. Safety first. It's a robot party. Feelings last. It's a robot party. Soda thirst. It's a robot party. Nuclear blast. It's a robot party. Now we dance till midnight. Now we dance till midnight.
Yeah!
See